Hello, welcome to the orientation video for Introduction to World Religions. My name is Justin Puniwai, and I will be your instructor for the semester. Now, I wanted to make a video in order for you to have a face for the person who you're going to be hearing all semester. And I wanted to go over Blackboard. For the syllabus, I've left an audio file just above this link where you can listen to the syllabus while looking at the syllabus, because that will go into much more detail on the assignments and what's expected from you from the course. For the orientation video, I wanted to focus primarily on Blackboard and go over how to navigate Blackboard, because I know in the beginning it can be daunting. But I hope this will allow or alleviate a little bit of stress and allow you to be a little bit more confident on where to find the bulk of the course, the weekly folders and the assignments and such. So with that, let's go over Blackboard. If you look on the left, you'll see announcements. Now, announcements are primarily me announcing if there has been a change to a syllabus, when the midterm opens, when the final exam closes, and while I have the chance, all final exams close on Tuesday, so the last Tuesday of the week, while everything else is due Sunday at midnight. The final is due on Tuesday per TCC regulations. So with that out of the way, on the announcements page, that's primarily used for me announcing if something is changing, or students have used it in the past when they ask me questions. I post those questions on the announcement if I get more than one person asking me the same question, because typically if more than one person is asking me a question, there's more than just those two people or three people that have that same question. So I'll use the announcements for clearing up some confusion, or if the theory is a little bit too complex and people don't seem to be understanding it within the discussion posts, instead of responding to every single discussion post the same, I'll throw it in the announcement, I'll send out an email, and I'll leave the announcements there so that you have it as a resource the entire semester. So that's what announcements are for. Below that is lessons. Now, lessons is where we are going to be spending almost all of our time in the Blackboard. Because if you open up the lessons, like I'm going to do right now, you'll see week 1. And within week 1, if you open it up, you'll see weekly objectives right at the top. Now, the weekly objectives is your objectives for the week. It's usually a reading assignment, viewing of a lecture, either downloading it or putting it on YouTube. I put all my lectures on YouTube so that way you can download it and watch at your leisure. Some people have said they listen to me on the car ride home. I really wouldn't do that because, it's probably a hazard to fall asleep while you're driving. But, to each their own. And other than that, it'll tell you answer one discussion post and then usually the quiz itself. If the midterm is due, then you'll see that as well. If the final is due, you'll see that as well. So the weekly objectives are the tasks that you need to complete every week. Below that, you'll see reading guidelines. Now, this is important because these pages, they could vary from 20 to 30 pages a week that you're reading. So I've broken them up in reading guidelines on what specifically to focus on, because I'm going to be taking questions from the midterm and the final, not only from the discussion posts and responses that I see, but also straight from these reading guidelines. Below the reading guidelines, you're going to see the lecture. The lecture is where I break down the reading from that week. It's usually a PowerPoint presentation with slides and notes, and then me talking in the background. Below that, you'll see the quiz, and you'll see the discussion board. Now, the discussion board is where being that this is an online class, this is where I need to see work being done in order to give you participation for that week. So you will be responsible for a post within the discussion board, and I'll usually respond Wednesday and then Friday to those discussion posts, and then if a bunch of them are incorrect, of course, announcements. But this is where the participation portion of your grade comes from, the discussion board area. Because since this is online, I can only see if you're there if you post something. All right? Below the lessons, you'll see my grade, a way for you to track your grade and your progress throughout the semester. Below that, you'll see the syllabus and then the orientation. So there you go. That's Blackboard. Most of your time is going to be spent in lessons. The week will open corresponding to the week that we are in. You open up that week and all of the objectives and the assignments, reading assignments, quizzes, discussion boards, all laid out for you. And even more so, I've detailed specific reading guidelines so that you can follow along and you don't get lost in the myriad amount of information that is in the book. So I hope this has been beneficial for you. Now you have a face to the voice that you're going to be hearing all semester. And I look forward to a great semester with world religions because it is beautiful, for lack of a better word, all the different religions that are throughout the world and the value that we can gain from them when we take away the institutionalization of them. And you'll see that a lot in Huston Smith's book as well. Anyway, I am Professor Puniwai, Justin Puniwai, and it'll be a pleasure being your instructor for the semester. Thank you.